Welcome to the Santa Margarita Water District. I'm Sandra Jacobs, and it's my privilege to serve as the board president. Thank you for joining us at the 2019 Water Festival. The district was established in 1964 and proudly serves more than 170,000 residents with drinking water, wastewater, and recycled water services. Did you know that South Orange County lacks a local water supply? So we import nearly 100% of our drinking water. That's over 7 billion gallons each year. That's billion with a B, from hundreds of miles away in Northern California and the Colorado River. Santa Margarita Water District continues to challenge itself to be resourceful and innovative in its water supply reliability projects. Stop by and see Tricia at the Innovations booth to learn more about the projects we're investing in. And jump on a tour to see the construction of Orange County's largest recycled water reservoir. The 1.6 billion gallon Trampus Canyon Reservoir is an impressive sight and marks the 4th dam constructed and managed by the district. We've prepared the following video to share with you some of our recent water reliability projects. Each is a collaborative project with our neighboring districts and cities, built with a regional perspective to ensure water reliability for South Orange County. Santa Margarita Water District is proud to serve you, and our entire team joins me in thanking you for your continued support as we work towards greater water reliability for the region. Enjoy the Water Festival, and may the 4th be with you. May the 4th be with you. May the 4th be with you. May the 4th be with
More than 40 years ago, a reservoir was built as part of the sand mining operations in the hills south of Ortega Highway in Rancho Mission Viejo. In 2014, Santa Margarita Water District identified the opportunity to repurpose and reconstruct the reservoir to provide additional recycled water storage and help the district meet its goal of recycling 100% of its wastewater. The district worked with Rancho Mission Viejo in 2017 to acquire the land and take steps towards a new era of water sustainability in South Orange County. The new reservoir, known as the Trampus Canyon Reservoir, will hold more than 1.6 billion gallons of water. That's enough to fill the Rose Bowl nearly 20 times. During this past wet winter, we had to, ironically enough, remove 41 million gallons of stormwater so we could resume excavation work at the reservoir. Someday, this reservoir may even afford Santa Margarita Water District and the region the opportunity to reuse the recycled water for drinking water. The reservoir represents a $123 million investment paid through low-interest loans, grants, district reserves, and other funds. Construction began in 2017. Once completed in 2020, the Trampus Canyon Reservoir will be the largest recycled water reservoir in Orange County and serve generations to come.
Santa Margarita Water District serves both water and sewer service for our community. Roughly 165,000 people are within our district. About 55,000 connections make up the entirety of the district.
Lake Mission Viejo Association is a master homeowners association, and we have approximately 24,000 homes in the membership and about 80,000 individual memberships. We are a recreational facility, and we offer swimming, boating, fishing, and many other activities here, including summer concerts. In 2014, in the midst of an already 5-year drought, the state of California enacted restrictions on the use of potable water for recreational lakes.
The lake had come to us because they had had a history of the state looking at the lake as an impractical use of a very valuable resource, that being drinking water. They wanted to make sure that they secured a source of water that they could have both during a drought and beyond, a sustainable type of source. So, bouncing some ideas back and forth, we looked at the potential of using recycled water.
The Water District's engineers came up with an idea to build a water purifying plant to take recycled water, tertiary recycled water, and filter it 3 additional times.
When we were doing the preliminary design, basically the feasibility study, Wiggins was very helpful with the consulting engineer that was doing the work for the lake, and provided a lot of information that was useful.
Wiggin Water Technology offers a modular type of equipment. They were able to provide engineering and design services and begin the manufacturing process while we at the ground level here started to lay out the treatment facilities. We were able to use many of the district facilities and existing infrastructure to make this fast-track schedule happen. We have a 500,000 gallon storage reservoir right across the street from Lake Mission Viejo, and we were able to use the pump station and that stored reservoir as a source to the recycled water treatment process that Wiggin Water Technology provided.
So what we provided was skid-mounted package treatment equipment, which allowed it to be brought in here and basically just connected up to flanges on the equipment, all fully assembled except for the membrane modules that were installed on site.
So the reclaimed water that comes to the reservoir next door is treated in this facility. The first step of the treatment is the ultrafiltration module. Basically, in ultrafiltration, we're sucking the water through polymeric straws with an average pore size of about 0.1 microns.
That removes all the solids before a reverse osmosis process. What it also is a barrier to bacteria and viruses. Through
a process called reverse osmosis, we're able to reduce the average dissolved solid content of the water from about 800 to 1,000 parts per million down to around 200 parts per million.
After the reverse osmosis process, which is taking out your nutrients, your dissolved salts, and they're an additional barrier to bacteria and viruses as well. It goes through ultraviolet disinfection for final disinfection, and then pH adjustment, and then it goes to the lake.
The product water line is delivered under Alicia Boulevard through a slip line pipeline where we used an existing abandoned pipeline as a sleeve. That existing pipeline also goes into the lake and underwater.
So what you have here is a multi-barrier approach to viruses and bacteria, which is what is stipulated for direct potable reuse. You've got the barrier of the ultrafiltration, the reverse osmosis, and then the final ultraviolet disinfection.
It allows us a sustainable water supply to keep the lake filled, to allow our members to continue to enjoy the excellent outdoor activities here at the lake.
We feel that with this, we have definitely teamed with the community to solve a long-term problem, that they now have a sustainable supply of water that'll keep this lake filled, coupled with the rainfall, for as far as we can see into the future.
While this year's heavy rains throughout California have provided temporary drought relief, Southern California will continue to face water supply challenges given its semi-arid climate. South Orange County in particular imports about 80% of its water from Northern California and the Colorado River. We need a reliable local supply. At Santa Margarita Water District, we have a goal of developing new local water supplies to reduce our reliance on imported water and enhance our water independence. The San Juan Watershed Project is a collaborative effort that offers us a chance to capture and utilize the water we do have, runoff and dry weather flow, as well as more of the rainwater we do receive. And future phases of the project will give us the chance to use recycled water to supplement the creek flows. The first phase of the project is simple in its design. During light rain events and during the dry summer months when there is water runoff that flows into Trabuco and San Juan Creek, rubber dams will be inflated to capture that water and allow it to filter into a shallow underground basin where it can be pumped and treated to drinking water standards. In phases 2 and 3, which are subject to future regulatory approval, highly treated recycled water would be released into the creek where the water would be captured by the rubber dams, then percolate down into the basin, providing South Orange County with a new, locally controlled, drought-proof water supply. The project is currently in its environmental review stage, and once completed, it's expected to provide enough water for about 50,000 people in South Orange County. You can learn more at sanjuanwatershed.com.